hope you can also see us. Hello. Hi.
Everybody can see us? Everybody can hear
I
us?
think it's working. I haven't streamed in a while, so I don't know how it works. I'm not sure.
I've been streaming twice a week, and I still don't know how it works.
It's just how it happens. I have a Midsummer ref on my ref
Oh,
on
you
on
do?
my head because it's Midsummer tomorrow and we're celebrating. So I want to wish everyone a glad Midsummer if you're celebrating. If you're not, then I feel like it's always a good occasion to dance around something covered with flowers and have some fun and pretend to be little frogs for some reason. I don't understand Sweden fully, but just do what they say. Don't watch the movie. That's
That's
a
the only
good.
thing that's my only point of reference for Midsummer.
Honestly, it's a pretty good movie. Like I like it, but Swedes are always like, this is not what Midsummer is, and I agree. Like, it's probably not doesn't always involve burning people, but it would be better if it did. It'd be pretty fun.
It'd be better if it did.
I know. I think I'm much quieter than you. Chat, let me know how we are, and I'm going to adjust our volumes. All right, Hadi. So you are a big head behind most of this board this week, and also, of course, our awesome community members who submitted tons of really cool stuff for the sheet. But we're actually going to start with something different today, aren't we?
Yes, we're gonna start with people who are nominated for the Crit Awards for specifically World of Darkness stuff.
Ooh, all right. So let's start with a very good category, best villain in actual play.
Yes. So this is, I believe I don't believe I know, there's only one nominated for a World of Darkness game, which is Nala Wu, who plays Aisha in Darkness over New Orleans, which is a game that has Robin the God in it and a fluffy Goomba, a game that we've talked about before on Community Spotlight.
That is actually like imagine receiving a reward for being the best villain. I think it's like just such a cool thing to put on your shelf and be like, hey, I was the best villain.
And I put Jade down here, their X or Twitter, whatever, profile, so you can go follow them. And also, they are also nominated for something else for best makeup for their character Viridian in Itaewon by Night.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and this looks like, by the way, like a really cool overlay. I really like the bloody splatters, and it just looks really cool. And also, like, I have to say, hexagons are sexy. Like, there's something so
Hexagons are sexy. I agree. Since seeing that, I'm like,
because people are always like, talking heads shows, they very often just based on like rectangles and all. And I've heard multiple folks having an opinion that they all just look the same. Wrong. Look at this. This is cool.
yeah,
This is
that looks
hexagons.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks really awesome. So, absolute congratulations for the nomination in the Best Villain category. What do we have for Best Game Master? Who is
Yes.
nominated
So,
for that category?
as the best game master. So first up we have is Erin My Laundry. And again, I put their profile of their X account over here.
Mm-hmm.
And they are the storyteller for Philly by Night. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and I put it on the TTRPG Collective. So I put that there. So you can also go follow them over on Twitch. And they're over here in the right-hand corner at the top.
Really awesome. Also, a really nice overlay. I like it. It's very, very classy. The colors are super cool. Really nice. And then we have.
Ellie Collins, which we have talked about Ellie probably a million times here,
Yes.
and they run ATL by Night, which is probably one of the most popular in the community.
Yes. And also, they have really awesome photo shoots for ATL.
hmm
It looks so cool.
hmm And one of the few community-driven ones that are actually at a table and not online.
Oh yeah, that's true. They do have a studio, right? And they actually meet up in
They
person
do.
and shoot that. That's really cool. And
hmm
now someone I actually had picked in the chat when we were in the intro.
Yeah.
Hi Tracy.
Yeah, we saw you, Tracy, if you're still here.
We saw
Yeah,
you.
Tracy is next, and Tracy runs really awesome games, Ancestral Blood and Heart of the Pack. What I love most about Tracy, which I'm just a little bit more familiar with Tracy's games because I peep them when I see them,
Mm-hmm.
is they have a shared universe, which always makes me super, as someone who also does shared universes, super excited.
Oh, it's so cool. Also, like big, I want to give a shout out to the artist. I'm not sure who the artist is for these two pieces, but holy damn, they are so gorgeous. Look at them.
I don't,
Look
but
at
we
him.
were part of the pack back when before it premiered, and we had the same question, and I don't think I ever got the answer to it for you.
Maggie, Tracy, can you give us the name of the artist so we can shout them out? That would be super
Yes,
awesome
please.
because
Type it
holy
right
damn,
in
these are
here.
just so good.
Yeah. I'm like 100% positive I put up the thing promo pic for part of the pack and had the same problem that I couldn't find who the artist was.
All right,
Because
and
I pulled it from X.
we will come back to the artists of these two, but when it comes to next nominations, we have Void Doll, don't we?
Yes, and this was the only person I wasn't familiar with in this category, Void Doll. So I had to go check out some of their stuff. They have a website, which is actually a really cute website. You would love it.
Yeah.
And they're a VTuber, and all their games are done via VTubing. So
Oh my
they have
god.
Bound by Night and Salem, New York by Night.
That is so cool. I actually need to watch this right now. Like I'm always a sucker for a VTube TTRPG. It's just something that I really like. So I'm definitely going to give it a little check. And I'm also going to add a little text in here with a little
Yeah, I was
text
about to do
tool.
it. I was about to do it while you're
Okay.
talking.
Oh my goodness. We are using super huge stuff in our board, so we always have to enlarge everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There we go. So the
So
art
sorry.
is it Chris? Was it like a typo or is it like this?
Crispell.
Crisp.
Crispell.
Is it crisper? Or because Tracy wrote CRH, and I want to make sure it's
CRHYSBE. Crispa.
okay. We can go with that. We can check it later. Make sure that this is the right nickname. But anyway, do check out the social media accounts for all of these folks because these are the folks nominated for the best game master or actually storyteller for Paradox
Yeah.
Interactive in the Crit Awards. Who do we is that correct? Okay, I'm going to do like this. There we go. Sorry folks. And we're going for the next category, which is the best player. Who got nominated for the
Yeah.
Crit Rewards as the best player for World of Darkness games?
Well, first we have Momo B, who plays a Malkavian in Ancestral Blood, a Willow Lysander. Put a picture over here. They're in the top right over here. I didn't have any, or at least there were no socials that were linked in the Crit Awards website. So if there are socials for Momo B, I'd love to know what they are.
I
Please,
think
someone tell me.
that's the one here at the Momobi, right?
Yeah, perhaps it just wasn't on X or Twitter.
Maybe Instagram.
That's probably why I
yeah.
couldn't find them.
Maybe Instagram. Yeah.
Maybe Instagram, perhaps, yes.
Yeah, I love the hair. Honestly, like just slay, so good. It looks so amazing.
Instagram is broken on the PC for me.
Oh
I have to
no!
pull everything from my phone and then bring it onto the Miro board from there.
I'm sure Google will be of help. But the first one nominated for the best player is Momobi. Who is the second one?
Oh, well, Fluffy Goomba, as we were just discussing,
Oh,
also from Darkness over New Orleans.
beautiful. I love this profile, like the profile banner on X. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All right, so we have a Fluffy Goomba nominated as the second player. Who's the third player nominated in the category?
Yes. So the bottom two here, I wasn't familiar with, so I had to go check them out. The first is Darling Creepshow, who does a ton. My goodness, they are a prolific player in TTRPGs. But they are specifically in Lights, which is a Vampire the Masquerade story, 5th edition story, over on Folk and Myth on Twitch. And it's pretty cool what they do. I mean, they play in absolutely every possible TTRPG you could imagine. I found so many stories of them playing, so you should definitely check them out on Folk and Myth.
That sounds super cool. And also kudos to whoever did this logo with Lights VTM. I don't know what it's about it, but it's like really evocative and really nice. And
Yeah,
just
it
like,
is very
ooh,
nice.
I'm
It's
drawn
very
into it.
satisfying to look at.
I'm drawn into it like a moth. I'm like, I want to fly into it. just be there. Really cool. And the last player nominated for the category.
Yes. Okay. So this is Sphinx Akasha. Again, did not know who they were, so I had to go. And this took me the longest to try and figure out which World of Darkness game they played in, because I had the most difficult time trying to find it. And it wasn't until I was searching through, because they play on a few different Twitch channels, and it wasn't until I was searching through this specific one,
Okay.
Dinner and a Game, because I recognized Star Shard stories from Exeter by Night and other things they do on TikTok. So I'm like, okay, well, it's got to be this one, right?
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of VTM stuff. And so this is specifically a game where Sphinx is playing a mage, but for example, the person below them, Fountain Pen, is playing a werewolf, and Starshard is playing a changeling, and they're all playing different supernaturals in the world of darkness in one game.
Wow, that's really cool. So they're basically mashing all of the settings together in one.
Yeah, and it's called and I'm blanking on Emerald something. I meant to write it down, but I was just so excited to have finally found it. But it's called
I
Emerald something.
I think I saw it somewhere, but that is super interesting. But anyway, do follow Sphinx Akasha on the social media as well.
Mhm.
And all of these wonderful players and storytellers, of course. We are not playing any favorites in here. We just want you to check out all of these folks and vote for what you think is the best game master and the player. And just support these folks because they're doing really awesome content, often available completely for free to watch and enjoy. And they're just really cool performers, I would say. It's
There's one
just,
person
yeah.
that's not on the board that we're going to mention is Zachary Vaudo is nominated for best music for a game, specifically Fight for Gaia is the name of
Yeah,
the song.
there's also other people from the community that we recognize from the community which were nominated in the categories that weren't necessarily World of Darkness related.
Mhm.
But if you go for the Crit Awards voting, you will see every single category as you browse through. So I'm sure you'll find some familiar faces. And yeah, I recommend to cast a vote and give these people some love because they're really doing some amazing content. And now this is giving me a lot of stuff to watch. I feel like I'm really falling behind with my like bookshelf
You
of
are.
actual plays I have to watch now because there's so
That's
much.
okay. I watch everything.
I know. Like I'm so jelly. I need to like. I mean, I shouldn't be jelly because that's just me not being like able to remember all of the things I have to watch. But
Well, I have
there's
this thing where I can't ever be alone with my thoughts, so I always need something playing in the background. Actual plays are perfect for that.
yeah, and I do love that we have a mix in here. We have a mix of a talking head shows, a studio show, and a VTube show. Like that's really
Mhm.
cool that we have like all three categories, so that main categories of how actual plays are being done. So yeah, I really like it. All right. Well, I guess it's time to move on to a section that we always really like, which is the Storyteller's Vault section. And I see that you picked something for today. What do we have?
Well, there was a lot to choose from, and a lot of it was German, and I was real tempted to sit up here and speak German to you and
Yeah.
read you all the descriptions in German, but I wasn't going to do that. Um,
I would love that
if
actually.
I found a Polish one, I would put a Polish one up there and make you do the same thing to me.
There's a oh, I actually need to check it out then. You should have sent it to me. I will be like,
No, I know there's not. There's not. If there was, I would send it to you
if there
immediately. I'm saying
was.
if there was.
I should write one and I should teach you how to pronounce the description. Just for that reason. Like
All
there's
I
no
can
other
say in
reason.
Polish is you've never taught me any Polish one, and all I can say is chest. That's all I can say.
That it's close.
Yeah, I can't even say it properly.
It's hey, I cannot say choose properly. Like is it choose, choose, choose,
Choose,
choose?
choosy.
Choosy.
Do it
Well,
that way.
I love this cover. I just want to say that this is so
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so I know we're on World of Darkness and this is official stuff, but if anyone knows Fallout, this reminds me of the Wasteland Survival Guide that's all written by hand, and that's what it reminds me of, and I love it so much.
Spoopy, the friendly necromancer's guide to ghosts and stuff. What the camera doesn't want you to
I
know.
want you to know.
Ah,
By Professor Caroline Penelope Knowles.
I know who is no longer on my Christmas card list, grandmother.
Mhm.
Love the little school and Ankh too. It's so good.
It's so good, and the description is even funnier. So you want to be a necromancer? Awesome. Welcome to the club. I've just got one question. Why in the hell do you want to be a necromancer? This zine, written in character by Malkavian necromancer Carolyn Penelope Knowles, takes a deep dive into race and the underworld for the kindred who want to know more about how necromancy works, as well as rules, discipline powers, oblivion ceremonies for your use in Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition Chronicle. The Friendly Necromancer's Guide to Ghosts and Stuff contains an in-character description of ghosts, the afterlife, and what it means to be a friendly necromancer, which I love that idea.
Yes.
Expanded resources and rules for using ghosts in your chronicles, new discipline powers and oblivion ceremonies, and ghosts and other SPCs to help or hinder your coterie as they explore the afterlife.
That sounds super cool. It reminded me of like a potential idea. If anyone wants to make this game for Unbound, please have my blessing. Recently there was a Steam Next Fest and there was a game. It's not a Vampire the Masquerade game, but I saw like vampire games just popping by. One of them was Vampire Therapists, and it kind of popped an idea in my brain of having a game where you're a Hecata and you are summoning the raves, and then you're kind of like a therapist for them. You just try to be nice. and you try to like help them out, and they are like, throwing all the stuff at you, and you're just trying your best to be a kind, friendly necromancer.
Really? Like you're trying to help them like move on?
It'd be really nice, wouldn't it be? I would like a game like that. People have
Oh
my blessing.
wow. Oh wow.
That'd be really nice. All right, so here we have a Happy Pride Month from Cynical Tuba.
Yeah. The Cynical Tuba has these two, and we featured these characters in different like stuff before.
Yeah.
But this is they're in a polyamorous relationship. The person in the middle is a ghoul named Leo, and they are, I believe they wrote it all down here, gender fluid, pansexual, and polyamorous. And the person on the right is also a ghoul.
Yeah.
And the person on the left is obviously a Nosferatu.
I love him. Love me some Nosferatu with hair. I always admit it. It's always a big plus for me.
You are so no. You and I will never see eye to eye on that topic.
I know. We'll always be team, like, it's like back in the days we had team Edward and Bella. And sorry, Edward and Jacob. This time we have team Nosferatu with her and Nosferatu.
Well, some of us were on Team Bella. No, I wasn't.
I mean, yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Honestly, I probably am. Honestly, like, have you seen Kristen Stewart? God damn. Anyway.
I'm on Team Bella now. Not back then.
Anyway, absolutely gorgeous art. I do have to say, poor Nos doesn't seem very happy in this relationship. Just the expression.
No, that's just his face.
Poor little baby.
It's just his face.
Why are Nosferatu always the ones that just attract the most like gays and be like, I want to cuddle you, I want to adopt you, I want to like.
Because have you seen them?
I want to do things for you.
Nosferatu are the most romanceable clan. I will die on that hill over and over and over again, forever.
I think even Victoria Ash admitted, like everyone admits that. So yes, I remember the letters from Victoria Ash that were both in Camarilla and in Bloodstained Love, and Nosferatu was definitely like, yes, please, the best romanceable clan. I love it. I absolutely love this art. They all look gorgeous, and but yeah, I'm still not Nosferatu. Sorry, like, dips.
My Nosferatu have no hair. Punkt. Period.
All right, and now we go to Vin. That's from TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Yup, man, yup. Yup. I remember her. She was the slut. Yup, man, yup. Yup. I remember her. She was the.
And you know what's funny? YouTube recommendations always pop in my like at the end of the video, and the recommendation that popped right now was espresso piano lessons, which reminded me, because I just talked to Vin about a character called Espresso, and I was like, is that because of the song? And now we have Vin and the espresso. It's so
yep.
I love it.
Maybe we'll hear more about Vin and espresso later.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's that about. And now we go to Grey Goulette from Tumblr, who, by the way, is sporting Yulia Sovinsky avatar. I see that. I see that face everywhere.
Grey Goulette, majority of their Tumblr is New York fun. Coteries of New York, Shadows of New York stuff.
Listen, I can recognize my favorite Polish person even if she's
if it's all blurry. Yeah,
5 pixels by 5 pixels.
I just zoomed so far out to get this whole picture in.
That's amazing. So zooming out, world's sexiest architect. Why?
Okay, so when I was streaming the demo for Reckoning of New York, Vin, who we just talked about, was in the chat and was absolutely drooling over Thomas Arturo. He has his fans, Thomas Arturo.
I am judging. I'm judging.
I was too, and Vin knows it, and Vin's fine with that.
Listen,
Vin is super fine.
I am friends with some people who like Gortash from Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm just in a constant state of judgment, okay? I understand.
I wouldn't know anything about that. Oh, sorry. Moving on.
I understand that people are just into the worst characters sometimes, and that's fine. It's all why we can interact with fiction. It's great. And people are asking why I'm wearing a flower crown, for those of you who joined us a little bit later. Midsummer is tomorrow, and we're celebrating here. If you're not celebrating, start doing it. It's great. You have a reason to dance around flower pole, and
I think a
just
lot
have
of
fun.
like people outside of Sweden associate wasn't there like a trend for a long time of like flower crowns on Tumblr, like or on like Snapchat or something? Wasn't that a trend for a while, like a filter of a flower
That
crown?
just sounds like a basic white girl thing to do, honestly.
Well,
I don't know.
well, I hate to break it to you, but I am one of those.
It's like
I'm
going
so
on the
sorry.
Coachella, I'm just like really.
I have something to admit to you.
No, but like yeah, it's actually quite cute because I was driving today a little bit further away because I was going to a Polish store to buy some stuff for Midsummer, and I saw a lot of Swedish people just going out and picking flowers from like fields and just to make the refs. So they actually go out to the nature. They get all the ticks in the world because this is the most tick-infested country on the planet.
Well, now I just can't accept your paper flower crown. I'm so sorry.
And I know, but I got it from a friend because I cannot make one myself. So this is the one.
Well, I think that should be a goal for next Midsummer. I think you need to be I need to see an actual flower crown you made yourself.
Listen, last time I went into the grass, I got a tick. I'm not doing that again. I'm not touching grass. It's not happening.
Outstar, go touch grass.
No.
I refuse.
Anyway, yes, Midsummer tomorrow. Do celebrate. And if you're not celebrating, watch the movie. It's pretty fun. I mean, this is what I had to do to get Swedish ID, basically. So, all right. Van City by Night. Simitsi clip. Let's see.
Performers, Sabat, for the most part.
Speak up again.
You would think his Zemissi would probably have a spare ear laying around somewhere.
Spare ear.
Sabat, for the most part.
Speak up again.
You would think his Zemissi would probably have a spare ear laying around somewhere.
I like that. I like that. I like how Simitsi are just never beating the allegations.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think Cosmic was actually asking Steve to repeat himself, and I think which is one of those really fun storyteller moments when you can take something and continue on the improv and just roll with it, even if someone was saying something out of character. I always find that fun.
I just feel like it's like we've been a long way since the time where Tsimitsi were mainly a part of the jokes about making furniture. But honestly, like when you step away from that for such a long time, you sometimes want to go back. You sometimes just want to make a joke about the chair.
Yes. It's like a thing, like you have to, there has to be a certain period of time that passes before that it becomes funny. Like when you say a joke too much and it's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
But then it swings back around, becomes funny again.
Yeah, when I was like 16, 17, everyone would just say Tsimitsi chair jokes. Like that was just a thing. And I was just like, come on. And then Tsimitsi came back in V5 and I was like, wow, that's a new take on that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like a few years passed, and I feel like now is the time to bring the jokes back.
Yeah, you do it. So when we're done, get on X, start making some Mitzi memes.
No,
no, it can't be me.
It can't be me. Someone else do it. It's ministry way of doing stuff. Someone else do it, not me. Wait, I'm gonna paste something to this board from our chats. Something that I made today, which I think
it's really good. It's really funny too.
I think it's like I haven't shared it yet. It just needs to be scheduled for somewhere this weekend. But you get it early, folks. This is for you. This is for everyone.
How many years have we done Community Spotlight? I never realized my government name is on here. Whoopsies. Sorry about that, everyone.
Is it? I haven't seen it. Yeah. I didn't know.
Who's Amanda? I don't know. I have no idea who that is.
But it's, I don't think it's, it's appearing in here. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, this is for you, for everyone for this weekend, especially if you're celebrating Midsummer. Just a little license. You can just take a picture from it. If someone tells you like, what the hell are you doing? Just show it to them. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fine. So just putting it out there.
Disclaimer, not real advice.
Disclaimer, don't listen to ministry. They're wrong. All right. And the next one is here from Basement Arts. Relatable, by the way.
La Sombra Lady. I love this. I love La Sombra, but I love the crown so much.
I do like it too, although I have to say, my first thought when I looked at it, do you know what was my first thought? Can you guess?
No, I can't.
Okay, so you know how metal bands have logotypes that you cannot read?
Mm-hmm.
Like some metal... It looks like a logotype for a metal band.
Yeah. Well, maybe she saw it and she was like, I love that. I don't know what it means, but make me a crown out of it.
Imagine
Such a
walking
sweet
into
icon.
Elysium and being like, you want to be a stan. You want to stan this new band, which you really like. Everyone thinks that you're a creepy La Sombra who just has like a really creepy silver crown. And it's actually a stan item.
Perfect. You know, what's so funny about seeing, I don't know why, seeing El Sombra wearing a crown, I would just think if they walked into Elysium, like every Venture and every Toreador would hate them more.
Yeah, it's a statement that you don't want to like. I feel like also the fact that their symbol is a crown is so much of a statement to just play on the nose of other clans, you know? Like,
But yeah, you're so right.
yeah, because
My
like
God.
even Venture don't have a crown in their symbol, and the fact that La Sombra do it, just like, hi, we claim this. It's like maybe back in the days when everyone was claiming what the symbol is going to be, say like the first convention of Thorns or something. Like, they were like claiming.
I
"This is
know,
our
like it was
symbol."
just like 1 second before the Hardestad crown.
Exactly, they just like Venture were already like having all of these like beautifully drawn, you know, like just old paper sort of a thing with the sketches, you know, like they googled some Leonardo da Vinci or someone to just make them like a really detailed sketches of the crown, and then the La Sombra just stepped in on the stage before them with a little like quick scribble of a
Like
crown,
a crudely
claimed.
drawn crown, like take that.
I love it.
I love it so much.
But this is a beautiful art. I love the little highlight of red on the hair and the pink in the eyes and the little smear of pink on the lipstick too. It's just so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous.
Like a glossy lip.
Glossy. Okay, and we have Laura Tutu. Emotional damage. That sounds exactly up my alley. Let's check it out. DMing my storyteller the revelation I just had about my PC's backstory and discussing how to utilize it for maximum damage. Yes. That is me. That's just how I roleplay. I'm just like, how can you hurt me? Hurt me more. Give me
That's
more.
been my experience, yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right, and we have a next one from Viserys, which we featured multiple times. I don't remember featuring Viserys with a full body picture.
Yes.
That's really cute. Yeah.
Yeah, this is their new. Well, here's what I love the most about it, and of course, their art is always amazing, always gorgeous. It's their new Toreador OC. I believe they meant to write chef, not chief here, because of what it says below it. But she's a chef who hosts lavish parties at her manor. She's obsessed with perfection in her culinary creations, often going to extreme lengths to source the finest ingredients. Outstar, when I tell you I'm obsessed, and I have been dying for a player to play a chef turned vampire who still wants to pursue their art, their craft. I'm obsessed with that backstory. No one's ever done it for me though.
I can do it for you. Like just like sign me up. That sounds amazing. I love food. I can self-insert myself into that.
It must be so. It's just a different level of things that like make it sad when you're a vampire, which I love. You can't taste the food. I mean, you can activate puzzle, but it's not going to taste good. It's not going to taste the same. You'll lose that. What if your whole life was making beautiful, delicious, succulent dishes, and now it's all gone?
You know, like that's the thing. Everyone, of course, has a different recipe for making their own characters. My favorite recipe, you know, if we're talking about chef things, is to blend things that you can very deeply relate to and things that you just don't relate to very much. So I very deeply relate to love for food. I love food. I don't relate to loving making food because I love when people cook for me. So I think I'll be a very good character.
I can't. When you're talking, I shouldn't drink water. I drink water when you're talking. I shouldn't do it. I'll stop doing that. I'm almost choked.
I would love that. That would be really cool. And also like the tragedy of like kind of like feeling that love for food in roleplay while knowing you can never taste it again and never even like have a little like taste of how what you're doing is flavored. You would.
Yeah, and I always imagine like human food must smell bad to vampires, like especially after a while.
Oh yeah, maybe. Or maybe it actually like maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it just smells delicious and you really want to devour it, but whenever
that's
you
even
do,
worse. I love it.
I know,
Oh no.
that hurts me. Okay, now I'm hungry. Damn, I gotta make myself some food after this one. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I love the dress. I love the subtle color changes in the background too, like from the warm with a light, like some warm light shining in here to a little blue shadow in there. That's just so gorgeous, beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Mhm.
And now go to Crafty Mirage, Sire.
Before you watch this, I'm gonna say this is, I imagine. Now Aurelius is a ghoul, but I imagine this is Aurelius if when embraced.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm in love with Sebastian. Any thoughts?
And prayers, you're going to need them.
So
I think
good.
I'm in love with Sebastian. Any thoughts?
And prayers, you're going to need them.
I love
think
this.
I'm in love with-
I love
Is,
this.
am I far off base?
I don't think so. No, I think you're pretty close. That's so cool. I love them. I think they're so adorable. Like all of these like people just giving the little role playing impressions on the TikTok and just
So if you're not, I'll said it a billion times. You're not on TikTok, and
Yes.
you want to be, and you love Vampire the Masquerade. All these people and many, many, many more make funny vampire meme shit posting. They do it every single day.
yes.
I am one of those people.
Yes, join the community there. It's actually really fun. And TikTok is a little bit weird to get into at first. I know I went through it. But after a while, it just starts to suggest you things that you didn't know you wanted. And suddenly you do, and you get lost in it. So it's pretty cool. it's nice. And it's also full of people just like, I don't think that it's very common on a lot of other social media these days, but it's full of people just like really enjoying things. Like unfiltered enjoyment of stuff, which is really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People enjoying their hobbies. It's
Yeah.
full of it.
Yeah. It's just like, whenever you go on X and people just like really enjoy something, like a new movie or series, there's always like, why do you enjoy this?
Don't go
It's
there.
horrible. It's so bad.
Don't go to X to say you like something. Don't do it.
No, never do it. Never do it. But yeah, on TikTok, you find people having like pure fun, and it's really nice. So yeah, I am going to go to a section I added in here.
It's all you.
Even though all stories I have are secondhand, I haven't been there. I haven't been in Darkness Emergent. I am so sad I haven't chilled with everyone in there. One day I'll go and I will LARP with everyone. But Darkness Emergent was a LARP event and also a bigger event organized by Night Studios and World of Darkness in Chicago this year. And it had some amazing guests that were visiting. It had Cypher of Terror, Jason Carl, B. Dave Walters, Miss Magitech, as you can see, Laura Tutu, as you can see. So many like just awesome people came over to roleplay Vampire the Masquerade in a really awesome location. And it just like the photos and the stories blew me away. And I just want to show you some of the really cool photos and give you some of the tidbits I heard. Again, this is all secondhand, so I just want to maybe one day have a little gathering here on the show where I can get some people who actually went to Darkness Emergent and get their first-hand reviews and memories from the event. But one of the really cool things that happened there was an auction for the local charity called 826 CHI, which is dedicated to helping Chicago youth, basically. And what they were auctioning were these super cool clan swords. So you can see Banu Hakim, there's Ministry, there's Ventru Paladin sword. And the story I heard, again, this is secondhand. So if you were on Darkness Emergent and like it happened differently, let me know. But what I've heard is that an amazing person who, because B. Dave Walters was the person who was running this auction, and he was also playing Prince Kevin Jackson on the LARP, and he did an amazing job. So what happened there is someone who auctioned this sword, the Ventru Paladin sword, like after auctioning it and winning the auction, gave it back to B. Dave Walters because he was like, you just like, you're meant to wield the sword.
That's amazing.
It's just such an amazing like moment that I heard about. Other things I heard about from the Darkness Emergent is that one thing I loved as an idea, and I feel like more LARP organizers should do that, because when I heard about it, I was just like over the moon, is that there was kind of like a standalone, separate storyline, which was meant for people who maybe felt a little bit overwhelmed with social interactions during the night, or maybe they just wanted to, wind down for a second or just chill out and not interact with people for a bit. And there was a very interesting and totally valid as a part of a storyline, which didn't require you to interact with people, that you could just basically step back and have a lot of fun role playing just with yourself by looking for, it was kind of like a scavenger hunt thing. So the QR code storyline. So it was meant for just for you and your device, so you could just step out of the LARPing zone and the interacting and just have some chill time. And I get overwhelmed very quickly with crowds, so that just sounded such an amazing thing, as such an amazing way of incorporate, like letting people with social anxiety LARP with you and have some fun.
That's so
too.
nice.
Yeah, it just sounded so amazing. And the location was also amazing. It was very creepy from what I've heard from people. Like there were a lot of specimens in the museum that were just very creepy. And I think it was like a museum of surgery or like surgical history.
Oh, certain like medical oddities, or
yes, like something like this. Like I think it was like particularly surgical history or something similar. But anyway, there was a lot of very creepy specimens in there. So you could like, hey Ventru, meet me by the a big jar with something weird inside.
Wait. Hey there, Ventru, meet me by the big jar. That seems like a euphemism that I just don't know what it is.
The Museum of Surgical Science. Thank you so much, Demandi. Yeah, Demandi was also there. And it's just like, it's such an amazing thing to see people having so much fun together and just looking absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I've heard so many good stories from this LARP already. I feel like it'd be really nice to have some people from there here on the show one day just to talk about the experience firsthand, because it's always gorgeous to hear all of that. But yeah, that was my ramble.
You should now you can go to Vegas in November apparently.
Yeah, and also that is another thing. Darkness Emergent Vegas is happening in November, so if you missed the event in Chicago, you can still go and LARP this year in Las Vegas, which sounds super cool. Like I'm considering, I'm definitely considering going, especially as it's November, which is going to be really sad in Sweden.
I'd pay to watch Outstar walk the strip in New Vegas.
I don't
New
know.
Vegas, Las Vegas, New Vegas. Sorry, Las Vegas.
I would go to New Vegas, definitely.
Las Vegas.
No, but
I see the NV and immediately go to Vegas instead of Nevada.
So lost. I've never been
so chronically online.
I've never been in a casino in my life. Never ever. I don't know how it works. I don't know. I only played casino games in video games.
I recommend Circus. It's fun in there.
Circus. Okay.
Casino.
If I go, I'll take all of your stories and recommendations. But anyway, Darkness Emergent, you can read more on By Night Studios' social media. And also congratulations for raising over $4,000 to charity with the auctions that were happening in place. And thanks for all the participants for sharing your photos and stories. It was amazing to live vicariously for you. I really enjoyed that. All right. And I think that will be all.
Yeah.
When are we LARPing together, Hadi? That has to happen at some point.
I have never LARPed. Never. I know you encouraged me to like just pop over to Heidelberg when they were having that big fancy masquerade ball LARP.
They
put pictures
were.
up here. Yeah, I'm like, and I'm so close to them. I could just hop and skip over there. And I'm like, no, I'm afraid of European LARPers. I'm so serious.
You're afraid of European
They take it so seriously.
That's a very weird fear to have. No, but I get you. Like I was at anxiety peak before I LARPed for the first time. Too much information story. My first LARP was Night in Question, right? And people probably saw, I made like a documentary about it on YouTube, so you can actually see this. But there are some things I skipped over in that video, and I didn't mention them. One of the stories is that I was mentored by the more veteran LARPers who are there. Most famously Raquel Skellington, who was just amazing, and she really took care of me, and she really taught me the ropes. And one thing she told me was, you need to eat before the LARP. It's very important. You have to have strength to do it. And we went to some Taco Bell or something, I don't know, it was some fast food chain, and I couldn't swallow absolutely anything that was on my plate because I was so nervous about the LARP. I was just like, no, what am I supposed to do? No one will understand me. No one will understand my English. There's just no way.
Well, I mean, I know you hear me speak German, but I feel the same way. I don't know any vampire, I don't know any World of Darkness terms in German, not really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was soll ich sagen?
Polish ones.
Malkavian? Was soll ich sagen? I have no idea.
Malkavian.
How do you say in Polish?
Malkavian. I guess.
Malkavian, yeah, genau.
Malkavian, yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know most of the Polish terms. So when people on Polish forums talk, and I sometimes go and peek in there what's happening in the community, I'm just puzzled, like what's going on.
Yeah, I think if I had to do my first one, I'd have to do it in English. Wherever I did have to do it in English.
Yeah, and yeah, that is like some people in the chat say that it's great to play a neonate who knows little of the world. And
yeah, but I'd also be speaking another language that's not my native tongue either, so that I'd be really like, whoa.
Yeah, but this is actually a very good tip for when you are LARPing for the first time. Play, even if you know the game very well, and even if you like are used to playing old characters, it's just good to play a baby. You know, like on Saturnalia, I went knowing that it's going to be a lot of like old school LARPers there, and it's going to be like a very like advanced event with a lot of political play. And I just, with the full conscience, I picked a fledgling. I picked a baby, and I was like, I want to have a sire on the show who is going to like be the one who teaches me the ropes. And of
Absolutely.
course, the whole evening, Ellis Haas, amazing Ellis Haas, was just taking care of my character and being like, my sire and teaching me everything about World of Darkness, which I in person knew, of course, but my fledgling didn't. And it was just such a comfortable experience. So nice to have someone to be like your little mentor. It's so cool.
Taking notes. I'm taking so many notes if I ever do LARP.
Yes, we need to do it together one day, absolutely. And I miss LARPing already. I think it's super cool to just become someone else for the night, and it would be really nice. Anyway, wonderful stuff, folks, and really cool things. I am going to also use this opportunity to let everyone know that it is summer in Sweden. Summer in Sweden means that a lot of things are just slower. People go on vacations. People disappear forever in the forest.
People disappear for a couple of months.
People disappear forever in the forest, and they never go back, and no one asks questions. But anyway, we're going to take it a little bit slower. If you see maybe a little bit of a pause of posting during July or early August, don't worry about it. We are still around. We're going to be there. It's just that there's going to be a lot of folks taking vacations, because that's how it usually is in the summer in Sweden. But we'll be back stronger and bigger than ever. I actually am already starting to work on Month of Darkness this year, so it's going to be really cool. I cannot wait. It's going to be so fun. So definitely we're going to have Month of Darkness this year, just letting you know.
I'll also be back tomorrow streaming more Book of Hungry Names.
Yes, and Hadi will be here for you as usual, Thursdays and Fridays, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will.
How is your playthrough going? What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Being the worst werewolf ever.
I love that. What's your do you have a tribe already, or what's the thing?
Yes. I finally earned enough renown for someone to take me. At first, no one would.
Oh no!
but that's how good I'm doing. But finally, the Heart Wardens took pity on me. Stag took pity on me, and I'm a Heart Warden now.
Warden.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah. It was my only option.
My immediate thought was just to say, "Oh, the Hobbit tribe," but then I don't want to offend anyone. But it's still a Hobbit tribe, but I don't want to offend anyone. I want to play a Hobbit Heart Warden. Is that bad?
No, not at all.
Like a Galliard Heart Warden who just like
I'm a Ragabash Heart Warden, which is so not what I was going for, but it is what it is.
I like it. I think a Ragabash for every tribe is cool.
Yep, I'm subverting all the expectations, and at the moment where I left off, I'm trapped in a corporation. Trapped. I got myself trapped because I can't pass any of my rolls.
Oh no! Well, you'll see whether Hadi is going to get out of the trap tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central European, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So come join us tomorrow for Book of Hungry Names. And in the meantime, Hari, I wish you a good weekend, and I wish myself a glad Midsummer.
Eat all the herring and the dill and potatoes. That's all I know about Midsummer.
I will
That's all I know.
not eat surströmming, the rotten fish. I will not eat that.
Surströmming. We call it surströmming here.
Oh, really? That's funny. No, we call it surströmming. No, I don't. I never actually even like smelled it or anything like that.
I have
because-
tried it.
You tried it?
I
How
have.
is it?
I know someone in my life who loves canned fish, canned
Wait.
herring.
Wait, so how bad is it?
It's rough. It's rough.
For those people in chat who don't know, it's the kind of a canned fish in Sweden which you cannot, like, it is absolutely forbidden on any plane, because not only is it so pressurized that it could blow up, but if it opens, the plane is basically like gone. You cannot like get rid of the smell. It's just it will sink into floors, it will sink into the walls, and it will never go away. Yeah.
I watched them eat it out in the open. We were out in a garden.
That's so nice. And also we have news from Vampire Bites here in the chat that Alchemy RPG is doing a V5 How to Play today to kick off the countdown to launching a V5 Start Playing Alchemy deal. I'm so hyped for V5 on Alchemy. I am so hyped too. I've seen their tools, that what they're preparing, and it just looks so cool. I'm so much looking forward to using it. I really actually want to maybe like not storytell, but like produce for someone to storytell like something in it, because it just looks so amazing. That would be super cool.
You're a great storyteller, Alistair, no matter what you say.
No.
I speak from personal experience.
No.
Yes.
And Lutefisk is actually, I think, better than surströmming. Yes. But anyway, with that in mind, with some trivia about rotten fish and
Not rotten. Not rotten.
fermented. I mean, it smells like it's rotten.
I'm so sorry, Scandinavian people. They did not mean rotten. They meant fermented.
I'm not afraid of offending my fellow Swedes.
It's Midsummer. You need to be afraid.
Listen, I have a Swedish ID. I'm technically safe. You know, that's
Oh,
what
yeah,
you have
sure,
to
right,
do,
yeah.
technically. Anyway,
not.
thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next time. And Hadi, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a
Yo.
good weekend and a very good summer. Bye-bye.